Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Bitboy Crypto, who runs the second to largest YouTube cryptocurrency channel on the entire planet, has said some very interesting things having to do with the future price action of XRP, but also Flare's Songbird token, which we XRP holders that have been around since December of last year are fortunate to have received for free. And the implications of this are staggering, which leads Bitboy Crypto ultimately to ask, effectively, what beach are you going to be sitting on after this rally goes? Like, what beach are you going to select? And are you going to drink out of a goddamn coconut? That's what I want to know. So I want to talk about that, and also MicroStrategy. The amount of Bitcoin they have purchased is insane. It's impressive, the bold move that they're taking. And here's the interesting thing about MicroStrategy. Publicly traded company, I'm going to assume most of you are aware, they've been purchasing Bitcoin like crazy for, I guess, probably a little over a year at this point. And, some naysayers have made the point that, like, hey, well, if this doesn't go well, I guess MicroStrategy is going out of business. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, no, first of all, they're probably not wrong, in which case they're going to be one of the most valuable companies on the entire planet. But second of all, even if they did, they only put in money effectively that they could afford to lose. This is excess money sitting in their treasury, and they just happen to apply it to Bitcoin. This is a highly profitable company, so no, they're not going away either way. But if it doesn't go the way that Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, hopes, yeah, it might go down in history as not so hot. But look, I believe that there are like the most valuable companies on the planet in short order. I don't know if it'd be a span of a year or two or three or five or whatever the timeline is, but the most valuable companies on the planet are going to be companies in crypto and blockchain. And I believe that Ripple can be among them because, look, if our bet, and I'm willing to bet you feel the same as me about XRP, if our bet about XRP is correct, it's going to be life-changing for all sorts of XRP holders. And Ripple, the company, because they're the largest holder of XRP, they could be basically the most valuable company on the entire freaking planet. So we'll see. It depends on how this goes, and what if other stuff happens that we could never necessarily expect to happen or foresee. Like, well, this one you could foresee, I suppose, might happen. I'm not calling this, but even Brad Garlinghouse has announced this is like something that's not impossible. But the idea of Ripple burning a bunch of their XRP holdings, well, that would impact what their stake in the XRP ecosystem is. So yeah, there's stuff like that. But just looking at how things are set up today and how much they hold, it could be. And I'm fine with that. Because however much XRP they hold, that doesn't give them any sort of special powers over the XRP ledger because it's not a proof-of-stake network. So it just doesn't matter. So there's that. And also I want to talk a little bit about what's been leading this price action up. And yes, there's the ETF news. I talked about that in my last video, but there's something else I want to talk about. And it's about an aquatic creature that gets all splashy. But I do want to be clear also, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say are right. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So I'm going to start with this one from Ben Armstrong, who is Bitboy Crypto. He runs the Bitboy Crypto YouTube channel. And so what I did was I transcribed something that he said here. There's a little 48-second clip, and so I transcribed it, and I want to share with you some thoughts along the way. And to be honest with you, I find that I frequently disagree with his analysis on things having to do with Ripple and XRP, which, by the way, is not some sort of slam against him. I actually love diversity of thought, and I don't need people to agree with me for me to like them. So it's definitely not any sort of slam. But I will say in this particular case, I happen to agree very strongly. And so here's what Bitboy Crypto said. At the time of this recording, Songbird is trading at 57 cents after correcting from its all-time high of 70 cents. I do have to pause there, though. I saw the Songbird token briefly wick up to over 90 cents. Just to clear, I know that's absolutely true. You can go verify it yourself. Just look on BitTrue. But anyway, he continues. Now, unless you were there in time for the airdrop, the only place you can acquire Songbird is on BitTrue. It's only been trading there in USDT and XRP pair for 8 days. We're so early to this coin that the market cap and circulating supply aren't even listed yet on coinmarketcap.com. Yeah, and so I don't have CoinMarketCap pulled up, but I did pull up Live CoinWatch because that's the website that I happen to prefer. Nothing against CoinMarketCap. I just like Live CoinWatch. I like how it looks better and flows. But anyway, same is true for Live CoinWatch. The price and total supply of 15 billion is noted, but we don't have the circulating supply. And without the circulating supply, you can't calculate what the market cap is. So I don't know, but that's how early to the party. So it's like, why is this a big deal? Well, Bitboy Crypto does an excellent job of explaining exactly why, and he states, actually, let me read that sentence again so that it flows properly. But he said, "We're so early to this coin that the market cap and circulating supply aren't even listed yet on coinmarketcap.com, where it's currently ranked 2,815. Imagine the beach you'd be sitting on if you were this early to the Kusama party." Let me just pause right there. Yes, he's correct. One of the things that I've been spotting, because people new to crypto, they're like, how is it possible that people can have all of this life-changing wealth and it's actually not a scam? Like in crypto, how is it possible? And it's an excellent question, especially if you know. I can totally understand why you wouldn't understand that. I mean, I was wondering too when I jumped into crypto almost 4 years ago. Totally legit starting question here. Well, the answer is two big things in my mind. One is that there's a frenzy around the asset class, which results in people pouring in a lot more money than might make logical sense. But number two, these markets, and this is the biggest one, the markets are illiquid. There's not much money in any of them. And so you are talking about Songbird, which is worth 43 cents, is just kind of floating around this vacuum where we don't know what the circulating supply is, so we don't know what the market cap is. But that's what market forces have decided Songbird, as I record this today, is worth 43 cents here. There's almost no money in this. The whole cryptocurrency asset class moves in tandem. This is provably true. In fact, it's so true that Ripple is using this as a defense in their lawsuit against the SEC. They're arguing, and they're rightfully so, that XRP moves in tandem with the market, not that their efforts to build out RippleNet on-demand liquidity move the price of XRP. It doesn't. It absolutely does not. The market moves in tandem. Songbird is part of the cryptocurrency market, and there's almost no money on it. And now consider this. I talk about, here, let me just open up a new tab here. I talk about how there's almost no money in XRP somewhat frequently, because I like that there's always new people coming on board. You got to realize this, and it's a good reminder anyway. That's not a slam. That's a positive. Look at the market cap of Bitcoin, 1.13 trillion. Look at the market cap of XRP, 54 billion. It takes way less money flowing into XRP to get a doubling, tripling, quadrupling effect, which is why if you think that Bitcoin, say you think it's going to top off at 150,000 this cycle. I don't know if it will. Maybe it's lower than that. Maybe it's higher. Let's just say it does go to 150,000. That's a 2.5-fold increase from here. How much money has to pour into Bitcoin to get that to happen? You're talking about a market cap of what would it be at that point? A little shy of 3 trillion or something like that, 2.8 trillion. Okay, well, if you triple XRP's market cap, barely any money has to come in to get that to happen. Even if you triple it. Look at that. You'd be talking about $150 billion market cap. That is way less money. So it doesn't take much. It's like when the attention hits this and the FOMO comes, you get this instance where prices are bid up super quickly. It just doesn't take much money happening. So now you're talking about Songbird, which has way less money in it than XRP. Almost, it might as well be $0. You might as well round down to zero. That's how little money there is in this. And so when this thing rallies with the rest of the market, it's going to be absolutely bonkers. That would be my expectation. Now, presumably, that would happen this market cycle, but as far as how high it goes, admittedly, it depends on how quickly it gets on other exchanges and what the driving forces are. In a vacuum where it's only on BitTrue, I don't know if that's going to be... it would be a negative if it's only on BitTrue. Nothing against BitTrue. I'm just saying there's less opportunity for people to FOMO in then. So how many exchanges it ends up on, that is a factor. I'm not pretending that's not. But regardless, if the market for however long the market's going to continue to move in tandem, however long that happens, whether it's half a year and then after this bubble pops and then it stops, okay, fine, maybe things change then. But if it persists past that, a year or 2 or 3 or 5, if humans are still moving the asset class together, then it's going to hit. And at some point, this will be adopted on way more exchanges and it's going to go ballistic. That's my anticipation. So there's that. And don't forget Spark Token, which I'm not really focusing on in this video, but still there is that as well. He is not wrong about this. There's so little money in this, it's going, even this will be life-changing for people, I believe. I really firmly believe that, which is why he stated here, here's the quote, "Imagine what beach you'd be sitting on if you were this early to the Kusama party." So Kusama, this is the canary network for Polkadot. It's the same concept. So it's not technically a test net. It's a live blockchain that's used for testing. I know it sounds similar. It's not. A test net would be a closed system it's like a blockchain that's not live. So it's not technically a test net. It is a live blockchain, but people are using it to run tests before, like in the case of Kusama, before putting stuff on Polkadot, just to see how it works in a live environment. So the live environment for Flare networks, the Spark token, the live network for that, the Canary network, is Songbird. It's a Songbird platform. So, like, you see what Kusama's worth here, right? The market cap for Kusama is 2.75 billion. So if you were in that from day one, holy freaking hell, you're on a beach. You're on a beach. And so that's why for me, I was like, you guys do whatever you want. I'm not selling my damn Songbird. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong and it goes to zero. That's just why I keep saying this is not financial advice. I just think it's fun to talk about this stuff, but there's no way I know any of this for sure. But I'll tell you what, this is how I'm betting. I am not selling this until this thing rallies, and if I'm wrong and it goes to zero, then fine. It was free anyway. Whatever. I'd rather have that exposure. I want the exposure to this damn thing because I think it's going to go bonkers here. And then Bitboy Crypto continued, and he said, the XRP ecosystem is bullish as ever. The night may seem dark with the looming SEC case, but it's always darkest before the dawn. Smart contract functionality and NFTs on the horizon, as well as Flare's new Canary project starting to sing its song. The price action for XRP in Q4 is going to rise up into the sky faster than the morning sun. Yep, on board with that. I think that's correct. And even if the timing's a little off, say XRP starts quote-unquote mooning in early next year, okay, fine, but I'd be surprised if it's much past that. Like we're on the doorstep of the moon mission of XRP. Like we are that close right here. And so what's been leading this though? Well, look at this headline from the Daily Hodl. Quantitative analyst says massive Bitcoin buy orders fueling rally behind the scenes. Well, how about that? I've been talking about them splashy whales doing their thing, haven't I? Getting aquatic AF. The chief executive of data analytics company is revealing what he sees driving the current Bitcoin price action. Ki Young-ju, CEO of CryptoQuant, took to Twitter to explain how the largest crypto asset by market cap's price is being driven upwards by Bitcoin whales rather than short squeezers. And here's his quote. This rally has been driven by whale buying, not short squeeze. Massive Bitcoin buying market orders in derivative exchanges are not from short liquidations. Now, Bitcoin whale is any owner of the crypto asset holding over 1,000 Bitcoin. A short squeeze refers to an explosive increase in asset price due to an excess of short selling. And so there you go, an indication. This is just from quite literally yesterday. That's when this article came out, reporting, yes, it is the whales that have been driving this. And look at this, before we saw the jump up in the Bitcoin price, in particular yesterday, but yes, over the last few days in particular. Here's a headline from Daily Hodl from October 12th. Bitcoin whales have scooped up nearly $4.8 billion in Bitcoin since September bottom, so says Santiment, which they look at on-chain metrics. And so what have I been saying the last few months? You know, if you've been following my channel that long, that I was reporting. You can see this on-chain data that the typical retail speculator isn't paying attention to and doesn't understand, but that's why I've been reporting on this. We could see as they were panic selling during the summer that these entities, these whales, were snatching up all of the fear of these panic sellers. They were buying their Bitcoin on the cheap and holding it. And wouldn't you know it, now there's less Bitcoin available, the market settled, and it settled, and now it's rallying back up fiercely. That's what we've been seeing. Well, how about that? Which is why I keep saying, I'm not some sort of like wizard when it comes to this stuff. I'm just a dude, which is why my message is that the everyday person can accumulate life-changing wealth in crypto. That's my message. I feel very strongly about that. There's nothing special about me. And, you know, there's this idea like you need to be some sort of finance whiz to make money in crypto. I'm like, no, that's absolutely not true. You don't need to pay money for a course or anything like that from anyone. You know, you really don't. You just need to be steadfast. You need to understand some basic things about investing and human psychology in investing. On-chain metrics help. And just understanding the degree to which emotions can wreck you when it comes to investing. You need to have a sufficient time horizon. But those things in a nutshell, if you just get those and then you sufficiently implement, You can make life-changing wealth. You don't need to follow some sort of fake internet guru or anything like that to do this. And I think that's empowering, and I don't know if enough people know that, which is why I want to keep spreading that message. It's absolutely true. And you listening to this absolutely can accumulate life-changing wealth. There's so little money in crypto that when that multiplier effect hits, yes, it's coming to your pocket too. But you have to do this right, and it's up to you. I can't do that for you. I'm not offering financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything. I'm just sharing with you what I firmly believe to be true. It's my non-professional opinion because I am just your everyday Joe Schmo dude, just like you are. But that's empowering, I think. I really do believe that. And so, again, looking back, this is not rocket science. As Bitcoin was around $29,000 just a couple months or so ago, I was not freaking out. I was kind of joking around a little bit about it. I was like, look, these people, they're going to regret it. I said, I don't know exactly where the bottom is. Maybe it's right now at 29,000. Maybe it's not. But we're in a bull market. We're going to go back up. Look at the whales buying this stuff. And wouldn't you know it? Now Bitcoin's up over 100% from when I was saying that. How about that? It doesn't take rocket science to figure this out. It's simple stuff, which is why my approach to investing is so unsophisticated. It's buy and then do nothing. I do nothing. I don't trade. I don't get in and out of positions. I'll sell when I'm enticed, and that's it. And it takes years and years and years, so you have to be patient, patient as hell. You really do, in order to make this work. But it's all doable. All of you can do this, which is why I also hope most of you stick around during the bear market, because I'm going to keep running this channel. I'm going to do it all over again. As the prices tank, I'm going to see... I anticipate we'll see Bitcoin down to probably over 80%, somewhere thereabout. Many altcoins bleeding out over 90 or 95%. And I'm going to be there to buy the bottom. I'm going to be dollar cost averaging in. I anticipate that I'll be down in my investment on those for a number of years because bear markets last a long time. And that's not going to bug me. That's to be expected. That's what I expected the market cycle we're in the bear portion. And that's fine. I was down in my investment for years, but I kept purchasing, stacking or filling my bags, and here we are now. Now it's worth way more. Not rocket science. I'm going to do it again. So I hope that you all hang out because it's going to be very interesting during the bear market. There will be less people paying attention, but that's the most important time to pay attention. Now take a look at this. Take a look at this. I'm telling you, these crypto companies, they're going to be the wealthiest freaking companies on the planet. Here's the headline from the Daily Hodl from yesterday. MicroStrategy is now $3 billion in profit on Bitcoin investment as Square and Tesla witness massive returns. This is astonishing. And again, I think this is going to apply to Ripple too, like massive holders of XRP, obviously. But anyway, business intelligence company MicroStrategy is reaping tremendous profits from its Bitcoin investments, with Square and Tesla also seeing their big Bitcoin holdings pay off in a big way. Bitcoin has been surging in recent weeks, and just today broke past the $60,000 level for the first time since April. Back in late August, when Bitcoin was valued at around $45,000, MicroStrategy poured $177 million into purchasing 3,907 Bitcoin, bringing its grand total holdings to 108,992 at the time. Folks, don't forget, there's only a max supply of 21 million Bitcoin, and about a third of that is estimated to have been lost forever. Keys lost. And they got that percent. That's insane. Anyway, and again, in mid-September, CEO Michael Saylor took to Twitter to announce, quote, MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 5,050 Bitcoins for $242.9 million in cash at an average price of $48,099 per Bitcoin. And this, do you see what they're doing? It's so astonishing. So it's a bold move. They're one of the first movers. I mean, in terms of, like a publicly traded company delving in, they're at the early end of this. I know Bitcoin's been around about 12 years. I'm just saying, in terms of this, like, whew, a credit where it's due. This is bold, and I think more likely than not, Bitcoin's here to stay. I'm an intellectually honest person, though. I hold Bitcoin, so I'd like it to do well. I'd prefer it not to go away. I'm not 100% convinced because I haven't seen Bitcoin tested in an environment where utility matters, and that could change things. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's going away. It'll probably lose its number one position in market cap, probably at some point. Well, unless you think store value is the biggest problem that a cryptocurrency can solve, and it's just that's where all the money's going to go. But I'm just not convinced of that. So we'll see how it unfolds. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way that I'm looking at it. It's just fascinating. But that's what I'm saying. Like Ripple with XRP, my gosh, the amount of money that company is going to be worth. It's just going to be staggering. So anyway, glad you're here. For those of you that are new, welcome to the party. It's ridiculous and a lot of fun, but I'm going to wrap up. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Nambo.